And we are back here live. The EGFC Big East MAAC Challenge continues now. We got Seton Hall and Butler. Seton Hall on the left, Butler on the right. And I guess that is kind of backwards, so maybe I should have done it the other hand. But oh well, I'm FBI Tugboat, and I'm here with my man Quantum Death Cat, Juke down there, producing away, making our jobs as casters so much easier. Now, Quantum, we were talking a little bit about this matchup off stream before, or I guess after we were talking about it on stream. Tell me a little bit about what is to be expected here.
Yeah, Butler are, I think, the 5th seed coming in up against the 4th seed Seton Hall here. Seton Hall and Butler have faced off during the regular season, and Butler took the victory in a 5-game series. Both teams are 5-1 for their season, and both teams are extremely strong coming in here. I actually don't have a favorite for this one because it could go either way. I know Seton Hall is a very strong team, and Butler flexed the muscles up against was
that Creighton?
Creighton.
Yeah, no, exactly. Coming out like that, such a really definitively strong win off the rep and on stream. First game on this stream as well. If we're talking about momentum, if we're talking about advantages, I really do think that Butler might be taking a little bit from that. If there's an edge to be had here, because I'm with you, Quantum, there's really, really hard to predict a winner for this one. Let's get on into it. 5 minutes left in game number 1. It has started. Astro, Kai, and Sir Aaron, not Siren, we apologize for that. Sir Aaron on the right for our Butler squad.
And yeah, we are only humans. Mistakes happen just like that one. Green, he finds an early goal here as passes it over to Green from his own zone. And Sir Aaron going up in the air here, missing it. And just like any other human, we all make mistakes, even if ours were a little bit smaller than that one.
That's fair, that's fair. Our broadcast.
Wow.
Oh no, Lou and Kim and over, henceforth referred to as Lou and Kim. Getting a little bit of open net situation, but Green is there on the backup straight up. Sir Aaron was not able to get to that one, not 100% sure what the issue was, but that is going to result in the second score in 16 seconds. Seton Hall really taking it to them so far.
And 15 seconds in, there's still 2 players with a 0 score line. Oh, there we go. Tone getting himself 2 points there for touching the ball. But Tone apparently is a 2K MMR player, so he is not only in Supersonic Legend, but deep within Supersonic Legend. But so far, that's a great save as he stops that one from going in. That could have been a sure goal, but Butler right now, they're just a little bit faltering as Seton Hall are just coming out strong here.
Well, they're doing a good job on offense, or at least kind of keeping this over here. The player to watch on this squad from the game number 1, the one player who really, really popped off was Kai. Again, he was averaging more than a hat trick per game, more than 3 goals on per game with an impressive shot ratio to boot. We will be looking at him as well as the rest of Butler squad after we've just failed to see a whole lot of offensive coordination for this Butler squad so far. This has really just been Seton Hall in the driver's seat thus far.
I mean, the defensive coordination certainly isn't there as well, right? You look at the shots, and they're already 8-1, and if you can't stop that amount of shots in a minute and a half, that's going to be a huge problem. Because on 8 shots, 4 of them were saved, 2 of them went in, 2 of them went off the post. So these shots are very deadly indeed, and Butler right now, they don't seem like they're up to the task because Seton Hall are just bringing it to them as that one goes in. Mistletoe absolutely finding it from way up high in the sky.
Yeah, so this is going to be put in pretty much as close to the middle, dead right, as you can, centered right. Looking at Butler, some of these players only have points because of their saves so far. Only 1 shot for them, looking at 10 on the other side. That's Seton Hall 10 up on the shot to clock ratio. 3-0 for them so far. Seton Hall really just in the control of this game thus far.
Yeah, and we'll see, right? Because as we saw in the first game with Quinnipiac, right? It took them a long time to really get started. Get the stream jitters out of the way and really find a way past their opponents in Niagara. Let's see how Butler react now, because it's halfway through this game. 3 goals within half a game is very much so possible, but you need to stop the offensive onslaught here from Seton Hall.
Yes, sir. Butler there with a first solid little setup on offense, but it just kind of seemed like players, again, okay, so Butler stops this ball, has an opportunity on offense, and then just simply doesn't get there. But we saw a trio of players kind of are almost like, you can't tell they're arguing about who to go for ball earlier. On this one, just simply nobody does. That's going to result in a takeaway from Seton Hall, and now Seton Hall's back on offense.
Kai with 2 great saves there. That is a great play by him to stop it from going to 4-0, but he's already got 4 saves. Make that 5 as, yeah, he's really getting the shots on, and it's really tough for both these teams right now. Mostly for Butler, as Seton Hall just seems to be that much faster at these balls.
Yeah, this is Tone now taking it out. A player who should be very familiar to anybody in the know with the collegiate North American Rocket League scene. Love to see it, and how thematical, right? The Christmas themed. And tag is Tone, Mistletoe, going to be the flavor of the day. Love to see it. Oh my God, Sir Aaron with some really fancy footwork right here. Love to see it. So gets the first defender to bite on it. Second one is just going to be a matter of just really putting this up. Like, so Green goes for it, and I like that because he could tell that this was going to go in regardless otherwise, right? Like, still go for it even if your opponents are going to score, because if you don't go for it, it's the same situation.
It definitely is, and that's just a sad sight to see, because Green threw everything at this. He couldn't do anything more than that, right? Over Loon Kim just absolutely missed it, and that just allowed for that shot to go in, and it was a good setup play by Butler. And I did say that once they start getting going, like Quinnipiac waited a little bit of time to get started here, and suddenly they have some shots on net, right? And it's going to come out a lot better if they continue on this way and limit the amount of time they are in their own zone. But right now, Lou trying to continue on that offensive pressure that they had earlier on, but it seems a lot tighter now if you take away the first 2 minutes of play.
Butler's also just kind of failed to get this one out from their goal for a while. This is going to go to the advantage of Seton Hall, because every second that this, every second that is wasted right here means the second that Butler can't score to tie this one back up. Just like that, I think that 25 seconds or so has been wasted with this ball just kind of hanging out where it was in the corner right there, and now there is no chance for Butler to take this one back. Grounded ball, Seton Hall taking this one 3-1 in game number 1, so not a huge advantage by any means, but it is going to be enough to get it done. What is that, 15 shots on versus 4? That really has been the big difference here today, Quantum, between the winning team and our losing team. It's always just a massive difference when it comes to shots attempted.
Yeah, and the attempted shots is a really massive gap here, but only 3 goals for Seton Hall, right? So there was a lot of really deadly shots here, and Butler, especially Kai, were able to stop those shots, right? They have 10 saves in total, all 10 of them. So 10 out of 5.
Wow, yeah.
2 of them went off the post, and 3 of them went in the back of the net. So you can't complain with that with that ratio, but you can complain about the lack of shots on their end. So I'm sure game number 2 is going to be a lot tighter, as it was a lot tighter in the second half of this game. Seton Hall just had the really big advantage of having that 3-goal lead in the first place.
Looking at Butler, their first game is 7-2, their second game against Creighton to start this one out 9-1, so might be just a kind of that second game squad. This Butler University team, again, that is Astro, Kai, and Sir Aaron. They're not at this one quite yet. They've only dropped game number 1. We've only seen 0-3s on stream so far. If we were going to have some extra Rocket League rounds, I would not be surprised if it would be between this matchup between Seton Hall and Butler University.
Well, that's exactly what we were told, right, by Kai. Kai said that this team is one of the toughest ones, and they handed them their only loss, right? This Butler team handed Seton Hall the only loss they have, and it's going to start off strong. I'm sure Seton Hall want revenge for that loss. They want it to go perfect for for the regular season, and Butler were the ones to ruin that. Right now, they're the ones ruining Butler, and they get a really early one here.
Well, I do believe that was the fastest goal on stream so far.
Oh my goodness! What
Maybe
about
that
the
was the
second
fastest
goal?
one. Yeah, exactly. Maybe that they're both technically 9 seconds on the shot clock for the game, but given this one is so much faster, that it might actually be, you know, that milliseconds faster, right?
Yeah, for sure. But I do have to say that was the fastest second goal scored in the game.
Yeah.
For sure,
least.
because taking 6 seconds to score 2 goals is quite impressive indeed. And now suddenly, as happened in game number 1, right? Suddenly, Seton Hall just have a massive advantage thanks to 2 really quick kickoff goals instead of a lot of offensive pressure this time. And, well, that's going to really deflate Butler in most cases, right? Most teams would get really deflated by those really 2 early goals. Let's see how they respond to it, though, as this game calms down a bit.
With it, operating under pressure, that is going to be the name of the game here, and a value that any teams will take. Oh, man. So what is this? This looks like the demolition here. Yeah, okay, so the demolition there, Astro's far forward, and there's nobody back to block away this otherwise completely open net goal. So what, Viberino has come in for Lu and Kim. I think that you mentioned that, but I'm not 100% sure.
No, I did not, but Vibe playing very, very well indeed. And he, sorry to say it this way, but he gave a vibe check to that defender there. And, well, the defender failed the vibe check.
Yes, his vibes were insufficient. I'm not sure how else the kids would say that one. 10 seconds after kickoff on this 1 minute and 10 into game. Seton Hall University very solidly in the lead. It is not quite, but I would say another score or 2, especially if it comes in the next 30 seconds. They could just switch their game plan to that keep away kind of game plan, and then just play out game number 2, push it to game number 3 pretty handedly.
And Viberino absolutely coming out here and just absolutely bumping and demoing where he can. He's never out of position when he does so. He's doing so in position. Either he doesn't have a pass to go for, or he's just going to go for that demo if he's out of rotation, right? Rotating outwards. And, well, he just messes up this one. He finds Kainsev, a teammate, Mistletoe, and Green can't get to it in time. And it's a 3-1 game, and there's there's just less than 200 seconds here left on the clock. Definitely enough time for 2 goals.
Yeah, so I think what happened there is Viberino just thought he was going to have a little bit more momentum coming off of the wall. As it is, he pushes it out and gets it past Kai, but obviously other player, or gets it past Astro, excuse me. Oh man! The stretch there, Sir Aaron getting to it, still up, toned down, and it's going to always, yeah, there you go, man. It's so much more often about that second, third, even fourth shots, Quantum, than the first one, even if it looks pretty.
That's why they're called garbage goals in hockey. It's not because they actually are bad goals. It's because they are bad for the opponents, right? Like the rebounds like that are really nasty for a defense to handle, right? If the rebound shot is just waiting in the crease, right? There's a crease in hockey just like there is in Rocket League here. You can see it clearly on the ground. If that ball is in the crease and no one's really pressuring it, well, that's an easy goal for you, as the point-blank shots like that are very hard to stop. They're really hard to react to.
Astro coming up, but Kai's going to beat him there. A little bit of corner play. We've also seen some demos. Do you think that's something we're going to see a lot more of the rest of Game 2 and into Game 3?
Well, especially if anything that's showing me yes, because it seems like they're just a little bit more aggressive this time around, especially with Viberino playing. It seems like everyone on their team is willing to go for demos or at least the bumps, right? Green was in the net, absolutely disturbing the defender there as they scored the fourth goal, I should say. Viberino getting those 2 demos, and Mistletoe, just as you were talking about it, yeah, he got a demo right there as he got the ball out of the zone. They're not going to shy away from doing so, and they seem really, really strong right now, especially when it takes 3 seconds for you to respawn. Now you're completely out of position. It really messes up everything that your team has done.
With it, I mean, this is the opportunity to talk about how demos, especially at Grand Champion level, can be detrimental to the squad. If you're up and and you take a demo instead of taking ball somewhere. Sir Aaron now with a second. Beautiful stuff. This is a result of a lot of rotations here, and Astro just getting up closer to that. And Viperino, again, with a really soft touch. He's trying to get this one really probably spread out either to the close left or the far right, because at that point his team would have had a little bit more time to rotate and back him up.
And it's a 4-2 game with 81 seconds to go here. How much are you giving here for this Butler team? Because they are strong when it comes to the counterattacks, but as what happened with Creighton, right? They aren't creating their own opportunities. Once again, they are just waiting for the opportunities to come to them, and that's a confidence thing. Who's got the most amount of confidence? And right now, it's Mistletoe and his team at Seton Hall.
Sure, Mistletoe with the chef's kiss. The 4 shots on goal, 4 goals made, 100% ratio. Don't get better than that, my friend. Give himself a assist and a save. It's a Mistletoe player playing very, very well in this one. Viperino got a couple assists, saves, some shots on. Unfortunately, no goal quite yet. Green got himself 1. Kai, Sir Aaron, both with 2. Astro and Viperino, the only ones with outscores in this game.
Don't forget, he should have a 3rd assist, but he went for the demo for the last person in net for the 3rd goal. And so that one did not give him an assist, but clearly he has 3 assists on that play.
Yeah, but they definitely would have been awarded if the game kind of had like that next layer of, you know, predictive thinking, right? Yeah.
And sadly, it does not. Instead, they keep giving us more cosmetics instead of fixing the bugs and improving the UI. But
oh my God, no.
Improving. It's been the score for Butler University. It keeps on not going in. Kai's shot off the post. Astro's shot off the crossbar. Siren finally finds it after Astro's shot goes bar down and out.
Yeah, I'm with it. So the big idea there may honestly be the fact that it wasn't on first open net, it wasn't on second open net, it was on the 3rd one, and so they don't have the extra like 7 seconds or something like that right now that they would need to be able to score and then push it to a second one. As long as, again, they play a little bit of volleyball and does not touch the ground, they would have opportunities to tie it up. As it is, That is not the world that we live in. Seton Hall with 5, Butler with 3. We see a game going down the same score difference as game number 1, game number 1 being 3-1.
Game number 1, hey, it's another 2-goal game, but this time Seton Hall scoring a lot more goals. And Butler's scoring a lot more themselves, but 3 goals normally will get you the win, but not if you let in more shots than you make saves, right? They let in 5 goals and made 5 saves. That percentage needs to go up, especially with the shots being exactly 10. That means none of the shots from Seton Hall went off the post. But the good part about this is that Butler shot more shots themselves, and that's a very good plus. Now, those shots need to turn into goals, and the extra shots that Seton Hall are scoring here need to be saved.
I'm with it. This is probably our most similar stat lineups on stream today. When I think it was 10 shots to 9. Obviously, scores 5-3. But even assist saves, these are players that are really just scoring all across the board, putting up points, I guess I should say, for their total score all across the board. Really, the tale of 6 different players who are playing very well, very eclectically. They're playing their different roles well.
And we're down to game number 3 here. Seton Hall up 2-0, and Butler, suddenly they need to do a reverse sweep to go on to the next round. Viperino still in here, along with his 2 other teammates, Green and Mistletoe. Lou isn't going to be coming in here, apparently. Maybe he just needed to go and just played 1 game. Viperino absolutely has been a big part of this team. Yeah, he hasn't scored any goals, but he's been taking a huge part in how this team's offense has been taking shape.
He has only played like 1 single game, so, and given the numbers that he put up otherwise on offense last game, just give him a little bit of time. I'm sure Vibrino will be showing up there and we'll be able to sing his praises here soon. 45 seconds in, unfortunately. What's up?
I'm singing praise for sure. I'm sorry for cutting you off there, but he played terrifically. And even if he didn't score a goal, right, he still showed what he was able to do, and that's the important part. Even if you don't score a goal, you need to have a lot of impact, and he surely had a lot of impact.
Yes, exactly, right. Like, it's not necessarily, I mean, if you set up assists all day long, if you're getting these passes off, then it's still going to matter, especially if your teammates would not have scored otherwise. That's going to be the tail of the tape. 1 minute, 20 seconds into this one. Nobody clear advantage quite yet, and both teams have spent a solid bit of time on offense. Comparing shot numbers, we're only looking at 2 to 4. Seton Hall with the 2, Butler with the 4.
Yeah, and right now, well, there we go. First goal of the game. This is the actually latest goal that has been scored. For the first goal of the game, normally they came in really fast for this Seton Hall team. This one taking a minute and a half. And it's a 1-0 game after 3 shots for Seton Hall. It's 4 to 3 the shots right now, but all of them had been stopped by Seton Hall. Up in the air, Kai goes. He's going to go for the double tap here. No, leaves it for Sir Aaron, who's stopped. But that still goes in. Who made that save there? But I did not get to see. Was it? No, it wasn't Viperino, was it? Oh my goodness, it was.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, so Viperino's the one who got the most of that. Green, Mistletoe, both trying, but ball was just going a little bit fast.
And yeah, it somehow goes backwards in the net anyway. That's just how strong the shot was from Sir Aaron there. And we find ourselves in a tied at 1 game. This is the first time this has happened where Seton Hall have scored first and then let the game get tied up here. Let's see if they can generate a lead once again, or can Butler just come up here and show what they're made of. How did they beat Seton Hall in the first place? Well, Kai gives his team the first lead they've had all series long. It only took them 12 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm with it. Seton Hall, or excuse me, Butler, I think that they've had some problems with maintaining leads so far that can kind of be almost like indicative or almost like related to their frequency so far to just give up this ball in offensive pushes. It's just a confidence issue. You said a little bit about it earlier. I think they just need to really just play with their head in their hands and just go, right? Like stop thinking about it so much and just simply go. As it is, Seton Hall making it look easy to tie this one back up. Astro was back, but Viperino had a perfect angle on him.
Yeah, definitely, and Viperino getting that goal. We talked about him not getting one in the first game. There you go, he's got one now. He's got a goal, an assist, a save, and he's got 3 shots on top to boot it all. He's got a second save there. That one very nicely done indeed. Now we're halfway through this game, and it is tied at 2. And that lead for Butler did not last long whatsoever.
No, it did not. Seton Hall not quite able to... Wow, that's Green just getting absolutely bullied on the way down there. All but demolished. Viperino over. Mistletoe trying to answer this one. And Butler's, look at this, they're getting a much more aggressive. Maybe, yeah, hey, maybe they heard us singing their praises and they realized that was the thing to be done. Ooh, almost comes all the way in.
Yeah, and that was a good flick by Mistletoe, right? Like, that was a very slow lob that really messed up how the play was set, right? You're expecting a really fast shot, and suddenly there's a really slow one, and that really messes up how you play. Viperino finding that quick shot, able to make the save on it, and that shot is a little bit too high, thanks to Sir Aaron with a good 50 there. Good play coming out of both teams. They definitely both want it with 100 seconds left to go here.
Yes, Kai with a decent little flick, but Tone's going to be the one that over there stretches to it. Butler's also been playing with a backman very frequently, so like longer range, just absolute breakaway plays have just simply been happening less. I think they realized that was one of their issues. Cleaning that edge up, going to be huge for them, and definitely part of the reason why we're still tied up.
Yeah, and the defense for Butler needed to strengthen up, but look at the defense from Seton Hall. It's the shots are 10-9 in favor of Butler right now. The saves are 8-5. Seton Hall shooting a little bit more to the outside, hitting the post a few times here and there. Butler's shots have been deadly, all of them on net.
Yeah, just a lot more on point so far. Astro last man back. Fantastic defense. I feel like I've been saying his name a lot when it comes to the defense, so perhaps we are seeing a little bit of a roll man.
Yeah, perhaps, but he's been doing very good on offense as well during the last series, but this series hasn't really gone his way as Green there finding his goal, and that's the first one for him this game. That's a good bump by Viperino once again. He's doing what he does best.
And that was, I think, Mistletoe as well getting involved over in the side. Kai just gets, again, that little bit of a bump. You don't always need to come in just absolutely flying like lightning on somebody to then demolish them. In fact, a lot of times, especially with that smoke up, I know you know what I'm talking about. A lot of times that really is not going to do you any favors whatsoever, blocking off all of your sight lines and whatnot. As it is, one might be enough. This is a Butler squad that has not lost by one so far. It's been 2 times. A very solid shot, and Astro is not able to rotate around on this one and get that one perfectly positioned.
Sir Aaron having a shot opportunity. It is just wide though. Sir Aaron almost scoring on himself, but Seton has overextended.
Where's Kai? Kai!
Kai has been disconnected. Kai could have scored that one.
Oh no.
Oh,
no. The last second, maybe it was a controller dying or something like that. That's Heartbreak Hotel right there. Men's back. We could be seeing overtime play right now. As it is, that stuff's gonna happen. That is very, very unfortunate. Butler looking like a squad that really wanted it there towards the end. 6 saves onto 10 for Seton Hall. So Seton Hall really showing up all across the board. 13 shots on goal for them. Butler with 12. So man, yeah, Butler, you can basically taste this game being snatched from their jaws. Not that, I mean, they didn't earn it, right? It's not anything like that. But if Kai had been there, there's a lot to be said that he would have scored that one, and then we would be seeing an overtime situation. Now, would a Butler have taken it from there? Who knows? That's theory crafting. But at least getting more time with which to do it would have been accomplished had everybody had active connections. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
we're gonna go to a short break, guys. I think we have a little interview action coming up, Quantum.
Yeah, a little bit of interview, hopefully, and we are gonna just take a little small break here. We won't be back in too long, so stay tuned, and we'll see you all in a little bit.